I've never had my own NFL team to cheer for my entire life. I'm what some people might call a bandwagon. So in today's video, I'm going to pick a team and I'm going to stick to it my entire life, probably. Everybody that I know living in the Midwest either likes the Vikings or the Packers. And one, I hate the Packers. I don't like the Packers at all. And two, everyone likes the Vikings. So I want to be different. But I don't want to pick the Bears either because, who likes the Bears, you know? So I had to think outside of the box, and I made a big 3 of criteria of how I was going to choose my new team. The first thing on the list that I had to check off was how good is the team that I'm going to pick, because I don't want to get the bandwagon allegations that I've been receiving since kindergarten. I kid you not, I have been a fan of the prime Patriots, the prime Panthers, and most recently the prime Chiefs. Also, a little bit with Lamar Jackson as well. The second thing on the list was, do they have a good quarterback? Does this team have a quarterback that I can root for easily? You know, I don't want to have to cheer for Dak Prescott every week. That would get very annoying. And the last thing on the list, does this team suck? I don't want to have to pick a team that sucks, because I already like the Warriors, who have kind of sucked and haven't done anything in NBA free agency yet still. And I've liked Nebraska my whole life, and they haven't done a dang thing the next 10 years, until now, obviously. So I didn't want to pick a stinky team like the Jets or the Giants or something, because that would make my life miserable and I wouldn't even care. So with all that, it left me with 5 teams. First team up is the Houston Texans. They got CJ Stroud, who's a good dude, and they got a good young core so they can be decent for a long time until I have my own children, right? And then they can choose their team or whatever. Also, their jerseys are drip. Team number 2, Washington Commanders. They just got Jaden Daniels. He'll be there probably for a while, I would guess. They made the NFC Championship last season. So that was obviously a factor, you know, they might be insane, but nobody knows because they're in the NFC East. Team number 3, LA Chargers. They have Justin Herbert at the quarterback. They got some good young receivers. I also really like Najee Harris as well. He's a dog. Also, they came out with their new jerseys, and they're really tough. And they can kind of compete. They're in the AFC West. Team number 4, Carolina Panthers. Now, I like the Panthers when they had Cam Newton, obviously. He was insane, and they kind of fell off hardcore. But now they got Bryce Young, and Bryce Young is a young stud. Also, he's a good dude. And they made a push towards the end of the season last year. Bryce Young and them boys were balling, and I think the Panthers could have possibly a big breakout season this year as well. Also, their jerseys are drip. Team number 5, the San Francisco 49ers. Now, I obviously have ties to the San Francisco 49ers because I like the Warriors. My aunt lives in San Francisco. Shout out to her. And Brock Purdy, awesome dude. He's a dog. He went to Iowa State. I don't like Iowa, but Iowa State's better than Iowa. So just like that, we have all the teams. And after a lot of thought, I know I'll be taking my cheering to... Hold it right there, bucko. You thought that was going to be that easy? Without a little bit of some switching up? If you don't know, me and my other Blitz boyfriend, Jonah, who you're looking at right now, we live in the fantastic state of South Dakota. We live in the Midwest, and as you can tell, there's not a ton of Midwest teams over there, as you're looking at these hats, which I have so delicately taped to other hats that I own. None of these teams are even close to the state of South Dakota, and we love ourselves some cold Midwestern football action. And as I was thinking about this, I realized I know who it is. It's none of these teams. It's none of them. Now, remember earlier in the video when I said this? I don't like the Packers at all. And 2, everyone likes the Vikings, so I want to be different. But I don't want to pick the Bears either because, like, who likes the Bears, you know? There was one team that I did not mention. You can probably take a hearty guess at who it is, and you're probably correct. You heard it here first, folks. I will actually be taking my cheering to none of those teams over there, but I'll be taking my cheering to the Detroit fricking Lions. Now you're probably wondering, Jack, why the frick would you pick the Detroit Lions? They're insane. They were literally the number 1 seed in the NFC last year. Remember, they got shellacked by the Commanders, who was just over there in the divisional round at home, and they lost like their entire coaching staff except for Dan Campbell. Also, I have ties back to the Lions. I liked the Lions when they were poverty in 2015, when fantastic running back from Nebraska, Amir Abdullah, was drafted there. I actually had his jersey when he got drafted. That was my first NFL jersey. So there's that. And they're in the NFC North. So I can have fun rivalries with my friends. If they're watching this, we can have some good rivalry times. Anyway, I have my team now. Detroit Lions. Let's freaking go. Lions pride. Let's freaking get it. Also, me and Jonah will be back in the studio hopefully sometime in the future. Jonah had a spill. He's fine though. But yeah, let us know in the comments what you guys want to see. Did I make a good choice of Detroit? I think I did. Let us know what you guys want to see. Help us to get to 50 subscribers, please, by the NFL season start so we can actually stream some games and you guys can watch them. We can have live podcast episodes where you guys can talk to us. Let us know what you guys want to hear from us. Yeah, anyway,